Hey, what's going on, guys? Investment Coach Chris here, the edu-trade. So if you've been following the channel, you know I beat the little TradeNet challenge, and I'm doing the internship to do the funded account. So I've got my live account I'm going. So this is what I've done today. They're only like 22, 23, $116 positions because like the limitations of the size I'm allowed to take due to the risk tolerance they set is really low, but they're more concerned with consistency. If you have consistency, they'll give you more money. With my own personal account, these $19 would be more like $190, $160, $25 loss right now, and at $220. So because I would be doubling my position size. So just pay attention to the strategy and not the percentage of like. This account right now has about 14,200 in it, so I can't lose more than 5%, and they cut it off, and I can't lose to more than like, I don't know, like 500 in a day or something. So like I'm just going for 20, 30, 40 positions until I get more funding, and then at that point it'll be better. So what I have right here now is I have 100 shares long on SQQQ. Okay, so over here in my other window, I use my charting through Thinkorswim. So yeah, so I have the SPY. If the SPY continues going down, so we pulled up from here to here. Oops. Oh, fuck's my drawing tool. Okay, never mind. We pulled up from here to there, drop down, pulled up, drop down, and we've been doing that. So like USA's like indices have been pretty choppy lately. So because the US indices have been really choppy, I haven't really been going long them at all. I've been going short on like almost everything with the market, and it makes a lot of sense why I'm doing that. The market's been in such a volatile state. I just don't feel comfortable. I really just don't feel comfortable trading anything that's not going short. Like I might take some long positions. Like I'm long in this, but this long position in SQ is actually kind of deceiving because it does well if the U.S. economy does bad. So if you look at the screen, I have my price target like red. The closer you get to red, it's like stop, and the closer you get to green is like go. So that's how I do my lines. My price target is between those two lines. So I think it's going to go down to here and up to there. So in between there, I'm just trying to see if I can get this price to jump up to this area and sell it out before it touches here. Because if it comes down to here and goes below this green line at 1444, most likely we're going to not be too happy with that because we're gonna be in the wrong side of the position. Just give me 1 second. I'm gonna move into the house. What's up, guys? I'm back. So now we're back in the office. So let's see how we're doing with our position. So SQQ. Let's go to Thinkorswim here. Okay, so this is my Thinkorswim software. I feel much more comfortable with this than I do the other. So SQQ, here's its chart. Up, down, up. It could go down here and bounce on this, but I'm really playing this line to the top of the chart. This is the SPY, which is a US index. So pretty much if SPY keeps going down, SQQ will go up. Okay, and we're long, so that's what we want to focus on. Now TQQ will continue going down, so it's going to kind of basically mimic the SPY, these two. So kind of think of SPY and TQQQ kind of like together, and if you see their chart pattern today, it's damn near identical, right? Up, down, up, down, up, down, in a nice steady fashion. So over here SQQQ, up, down, up, down. So we're just trying to, look at the chart and say, okay, based on everything we see, which direction are we going? And hopefully there'll be a continuation. Let's see. There'll be a continuation, hopefully, from here up to around there. Hopefully we can cover some ground between there. Actually, probably easier to do it like this on this chart. That's good. So that jump is definitely in our favor. So that puts us at 50 cents profit with 100 shares. So at this point, I'm basically going to hold, and if this pulls back, I may add to the position. I got into this a little late. I should have got down to this bottom area here. Because I got in late, I'm kind of squeezed, so it's like kind of right in the middle point to where I just have to hold my ground. Yeah, on a pullback I might add 50 shares depending on what the level 2 data says, which QSO, people are buying 82, 140. So there's a lot of buyers, so yeah, I'll probably put in 50 more. So my current price is $14.51. So okay, so we did catch that pullback. Now the question is, might be easier to see here. We did kind of catch that pullback. So now the SPY is doing what it's doing over here, and we'll see if this continues. So now that's kind of showing, I thought I saw a green flicker. Maybe I was fooling myself. So we're in for 150. So now I'm just kind of looking like, I'd really like for just this to break the top and just keep going, because I've built into this position. So kind of like right even right now. Yeah. There's a little jump, so there's 250 in our favor. I got buy right there. Well, I don't know. I might, if the momentum carries it, I might buy 50 more shares or something. I'm gonna buy 50 there. So now I got 200. So I'm gonna see how high we're gonna push. If it's gonna push, it's gonna push above that line. If it is gonna push, it's just gonna pop up, and I might take like a. So I got 200. So yeah, I'll take $50 profit since we are in the green. Okay. So now I'm at 150 shares. We're at $2.50 is what we've made. But again, we're taking small sizes. In my other account, this would be fluctuating between like $10 and $25. But again, we're just, or I say my other account, my personal account. I'm restricted to the amount of size here. But the most important thing is just kind of watch like how I'm trying to build in this position. So yeah, that may have been the top to where it's going to fall back down. That may have been it. And I'm in for 150 at 14.53. So but as you can see, I'm only down $3.50. So I did cover a little bit of profit there. And I still believe this is going long eventually for I mean, the MACD is pointing down, or is up, and it's still, I mean, I feel like this has got a lot more room to push. It's at the top of the Bollinger Band and the VWAP, and this one's towards the bottom, and it's probably going to retrace back and all that, but the price action suggests that to me, the price action suggests a push. The technicals suggest that. Now we have 146 times 100 bids there. So bids coming in. Top, it was a double top. And people might say, okay, double top to the bottom, and that very may well be. But look at this thing, man. Like, start off good, pull back, up. It didn't make a lot of sense for this to retrace and continue pushing up, in my opinion. I mean, that's my opinion. And again, we're only risking like $5 of our profit right now. So 4 of our trades have been close to probably averaging like, I don't know, $20 a trade. And my biggest loss is a $5 trade. So, you know, or even if this goes as a lower loss, I may keep this position and hold it and buy back in if it comes down to here. Because I still feel the sideways consolidation. Yeah, I do feel now that that was probably the pivot point, but it's very possible that if we stay above this line, okay, we're coming down towards a previous small support, and if it breaks through, then this is going to potentially move down to around this area, which really is the actual big support. Yeah, there was a little line there, but the big breakout was right there. So if we stay between those lines and push back up, it might even be a good chance to like add 50 shares to the position, but it could go down lower. So I do want to add to this position. I'll probably put 1 right there. Okay. It went green. It flickered right through here. We did get a pullback into there. Might be early. Like I said, I'm prepared to buy in down at 14.49, but just in case we got the retracement, I wanted to catch that momentum back up. Just in case we are in a defined uptrend, it would make sense for that to retrace up. So I mean, it did kind of stall out there, and it could be pushing back down. That's very possible. But it's also very possible that we continue upward, right? It's also possible that we continue in this upward kind of like channel that we have and get pushed up to around here. It's very possible for that to happen. So position's now down about $3, I think. Yeah, overall. The 1 minute chart is showing a little bit of momentum developing with a green candle. So we kind of have like a shooting star into an inverted doji hammer. That's what I would call it. Pull back, kind of slowing down, pick back up to the green, engulfing up. Our PL is now at $1, so that's our profit zone. So if it's going to continue to push the momentum, I'm going to put 50 more in it. Puts our PL at $2.50 with 250 shares. $5 up to the P now. I think it's going to push a little higher though. So we have 250 shares. Boom, right there. I'm going to buy off a little piece of the position. Now we have, oh fuck, I was supposed to sell. I bought more by accident. Oh, which is good. It's a winning position. But okay, so I'm going to take 50 shares there. I'm going to sell. So I now have 250 shares at $14.55. In case there's a big pullback or whatever. PL is $2. It's nothing crazy. The commissions are not even worth this trade, honestly. Let's check out the other level 2 data over here. What do we have? SQQQ. 128 sellers to buyers, 118 buyers. Well, that's favorable. Can we continue pushing up? Push up, retracement, retracement. Maybe for one more push up. So now we're back in. Now we have 300 shares for $14.55. P&L's down $3.50. SPY, we could push back up, but it is kind of in a downtrend. Probably going to retrace a little higher, then pull back down. Probably got in. Still think I'm overall right on this, but it's just kind of like, now it's getting down to a $15 loss. So a bit impatient. I was thinking it was going to push a little higher, especially since it's like past 1 now. People are coming back from lunch. I thought the volume might pick up. We're still kind of at this level. I don't want to accept too big of a loss, but if I lose this, I will be done for the account for today, just because they want consistency and risk management. So it's kind of like, maybe if it was my personal account, I would just keep loading up as it goes down to a certain degree. But with here, I don't have that big of a safety net, so it's just kind of like, yeah, whatever. What I might do is, if it pushes back up, I might like just break it even and say, okay, cool, good job. I would like to get about $50 to $100 on this position though, because if it breaks above this the way we balled in, it definitely has the potential. But it's probably going to retrace down to that support line. That's what it's probably going to do. So if it gets down below this line right here, I'm probably going to have to sell. But it all just kind of depends. The SPY is taking a jump to a kind of a pivot, and if you think about it, it's below the middle VWAP, and this one's above. So if it retraces down and stays above this line, I feel pretty good. If it goes below this line, I'm just going to end the position. So that's kind of like my risk tolerance plan. And it's not looking good at this point. It's really looking like a pullback. So, but at the end of the day, if I take 5 trades and I win 4 out of 5, then I'm cool with that. I just know this will be my last trade today, no matter what happens, if it's a winner or a loser. I say that, but if it is a winner and I hold through and I get the $50, whatever it might be, at the end of the day, it might not, but I probably will be a little bit more conservative on any other position that I do. Still trade, just with a smaller size, you know, because trades can always go against you. A little interesting development there on the 2-minute candle. Let's get a bigger picture. Yeah, the 2-minute candles, hopefully you can see that pushed up, retrace, try to push up, retrace, higher, higher. This might push down a little bit lower and then push up, or come down to here and push up. I do believe this eventually will be pushing up. Just we had a previous little center point here, right? Stock went down, right? But we kind of consolidated, pushed up, came down, pushed up, came down. The trend is your friend, is the old saying. So we want the trend to be our friend. We really want the SPY to continue moving downward below this VWAP and just keep riding this Bollinger Band down. The Bollinger Band just keeps pulling it to it, pulling it to it. We want the SPY to be attracted to the bottom Bollinger Band like gravity. The further it gets away, the faster it pushes. It got really far away this time, and then it jolted back. So that momentum jolted us. Pushed back, jolted us here. Pushed back, jolted us here. I'm hoping we get here and then throw us back down, and then just slam the SPY back down to this bottom Bollinger Band / bottom VWAP, standard deviation of 3, whatever you want to refer to it as. You can call it all sorts of things. So we're down $9.50 in this position. We have been as far down as $23 to $24 down. But we held through our risk management plan. We were going to escape if it went to like 30 or 35. We were just going to say, well, screw it. But we stayed with our risk management plan. We followed a trend. We did get in a little early. The entry could have been better. Entry could have been better. If I just would have bought down here at this point right here, we'd be all good. We'd be figuring out how much profit we want to take instead of, hey, we're close to making profit. So, go back and look at your trades, man. Say, hey, what could I have done better here? Was there a better entry point? Remember, you're playing with the psychology of the market. So, like, excuse me, I apologize. Just a lot of analysis like to think of the candlestick as the representation of the buyers and sellers, their psychological state of mind, or the market state of mind. So, in its essence, the candles, in essence, almost feel like living organisms, living things, because the living things are voting on which direction they go, and it's pretty interesting for conversations. So, this is just some live feedback, just a trading session going over what I see. If you have any questions, post them in below. If you want me to do a live stream, contact me, and we can maybe think about, getting a meeting with some of the other Patreons on my platforms. But hey, look, we got 146 times 100, remember? 148 times 100. Each one of these numbers you multiply times 100. Typically, when the number of buyers goes up, this relationship is that this will probability-wise increases the chance of that going up. Now, it's not like, oh, this goes up, this happens, but it does increase the probability. So, because people are buying right there, which means they'll want to sell it later, right? So if they want to buy it now and sell it later, hopefully we can expect a little price jump. That'd be cool. Back down to $15 down on this position. So yeah, again, it's just like there we go. That's my custom settings. Just to me, it makes the chart look better. Kind of have an idea now where my plot points are, I believe. We're in for 1455. So ish, like 2 cents off. oh, it's today. I'm like, what the hell's going on here? My bad, guy. I'm so stupid sometimes, it's not even funny. Yeah, so let's pull this volume bar down a little bit. There we go. Yeah, so push up to here, right? Push up, and then a little retracement, and then push up, and then kind of got like this little thing here, and then we kind of got this thing going here. So if you wonder what I'm doing, no, it's kind of quiet. I'm building up to this point, building down, building up, and I'm kind of just looking at this line saying, okay, what's like going on right now? And that's weird. Yeah. So what's going on right now, if you think about it, is it's actually narrowing down to a point to where something's going to happen where it's either going to push up or down. And essentially, I'm hopefully in the right side of this. I don't want to risk too much. If I were to get like 300 or 400 shares and it pulls down, it could really mess up my average I'm working for the account I'm in. Because again, this is not my personal account. This is the account I use to get more funding. So that's a good sign though. So I'm hoping we can push up maybe to here or so. We went up, down, maybe push up a little bit higher than that. So now we're back into green, 550, 850. So I'm going to take 100 shares. I'm going to sell it. Now I'm down to 200 shares. Just in case it keeps pushing, I want to take in some more profit, but I do like to squeeze my position down. So 200 shares. So we have a lot of sellers, a lot of buyers. So we have 1459, 1461. So when it's going up, we want the 60 to go up. We're like, okay, there's 1460. When this is red, it means that it's going against us. We like green. So 1460, 750 there. So keep pushing up, keep pushing up. 750, 750, keep pushing up, keep pushing up, keep pushing up. Let's keep pushing up. It would be great just to do a really good push. Keep pushing up. If it pushes up above that $14 range, we could take off. We'll come over here for a second, and we got a lot of people wanting to buy. 202 people buying there, and 206 people selling. $750 profit up, which for my position size, like that's a decent return for the position size because it is a small size. There we go. Keep going up. So what we're looking at basically is SQ right here, and we're hoping that it continues up past. If it keeps pushing, we got buyers and sellers ratios are good. 1463, 63. We want this to keep going up, 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 up. So we're at 63, 63, 63, 63. Keep pushing up. We're at 63. That's $11 profit there if we take it. Unrealized right there. So we're at 200. So that's 62. We want this to continue up, continue up, continue up. That's what we want. You want to see this 62, 63, 64, 65, 66. We want to see that go up, 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 up. So I'm gonna sell 50 shares. So now I'm at 150, locking a little bit more profit. 61. Alright, let's see. It's pulling down. 100, so we're looking at 195 at 1460. 95 at 1460, and we're at 1455, so we're still bidding above our 1455, so we still have profit in, but we really want to get that back up above 1455 as high as possible. We were at 1463 on the tape at one point, so now we're at 59. Now we're there, so 59, 58. Yeah, nothing super beautiful or super great or anything at this point. I really thought it might have a good push up, which it did, and maybe I should have just closed the profit at the top. But it really kind of felt like it was still going to run, and we do have 1457 now. Yeah, it's just gross. And now we're down to $2 profit, which is kind of just icky. So well, in case it does push back up, I'm going to keep this last 100 shares. It's definitely possible. I wouldn't say it's improbable for that to happen at all. Hell, it might not even be a bad time to load a little bit more. So now we're back down to -3. Yeah, it's just silly. Yeah. But if we can cut back down and get a better entry point, then that'd be pretty cool. Come down to here. SPY's taking off. See how high the SPY might take off. 10, 11, 12. It's 130. So maybe a 50 share buy. Probably should just bought 100, but if it goes lower, I'll put another 50 in. So I'm just kind of looking. 650 is my P&L, so it's kind of, well, it's just kind of like it is some sideways consolidation. And one thing about this position is it looks like it's trying to break some way. Now we came to here, right? Approximately, it doesn't have to be exact. But the main thing is we're kind of consolidating and we're looking for a push. If this continues like this, it's probably going to break down. But it's not unrealistic for this consolidation to continue where the current trend is, given the current state of price action. So we came up, down. I mean, yeah, it could surely like crash down, but like touch. we stay above this line here, you know, and the SPY continues down, because this is, you know, again, bearish on the SPY. You know, SPY's got a pretty crazy volatility channel moving downward. I'll need the active trader button or that. Well, you know, it's just kind of like, okay, so I'll put like a drawing tool, right? I mean, just for what it's worth, like, from there to there, it's just like, you know, you can see this like clear line of volatility, and this channel is just going and going and going. So it would make a lot of sense for this to keep going and going and going. That's one of my main points I'm making. And I'm going to buy 50 more shares. So what I'm kind of looking at over here is, yes, this is level 2 data, and this is the tape. Yes, I get to see this and I get that, but I'm just really more comfortable. I like the number up here. Like, there's 143 to 1448. This is the current bid and ask, and I like to kind of know what it is and how many and all that. I don't know, it's just, this setup makes more sense to me. Maybe. But anyways, 47, 48. Hopefully, like, this keeps going up, and this has a nice little push up. Hopefully. Buy another 50, because that'll hopefully help drive the price action up. So my P&L is like $4.50 negative. Now it's 70 negative, or 77. So each little tick is kind of like representing somewhere between, like, on the way down 3 and on the way up. Once we get to a certain cross point, hopefully its dollar cost will start adding up good. So now we can get a good push up, like from here to here. Be kind of cool. Definitely our sell points somewhere around there if we break above this. Or we can keep pushing lower. We have 140 buying there. Yeah, it broke below, didn't it? Yeah, I thought that might happen. I mean, it could definitely keep pushing lower, but at the end of the day, if you look back at the stock, I bet it's gonna probably be higher. It's just, this is a perfect example of what not to do, what I did. I'm catching a falling knife rather than waiting. Should just waited for a better entry point, is what I should have done, like I did with my other trades earlier. I'm just seeing if I can get a quick pullback retracement, and if I do, cool. If not, then I'm going to have to sell the position so I can keep my fund manager happy. They don't like losses. But it's their money, I understand. So screw it. I'm just out. So yeah. So that wipes off that. But at the end of the day, I sold it before it went down. You see, I got out good. And honestly, I'm like this close tempted. Like, I'm this close tempted to like get back in because I know the retracement point is actually now going to be between here and here, and I played it for there. So I played for the breakout up because we knew a breakout was coming due to the volume. I was just on the wrong side. In this situation, when you get to sideways consolidation, it can go either way. If I'm doing a forex trade, I like to put something long and short. But in this situation, I just loaded up the boat, and if it went long, I actually should have sold when I had the chance right here. Earlier, if I would have sold during that initial spring, which I should have realized, because if it goes up there, the next break's tentatively probably going to be down, probably on this double top right there. So could have gone either way. But at the end of the day, once you realize that, hey, the position's gone against you and the volume's picking up, just fucking get out of the trade. You know, this is a really small size account. It's only got 14 grand in it. So I'm only doing like 20, 20, 16, 19, and a $29 loss. So if you were trading with like, and I'm only losing like, I'm using like 200, 300 position sizes. Like with my personal account, I could be trading $10,000, $15,000 per position, and this could be like 2,900, 1,900, 1,600, 2,300, 2,200, or 190, 160. You know, it all depends on your position size. So with these videos, focus on the strategy, and the position size is another whole aspect. But focus on how it works, and then you can decide what strategy to take. It's a lot of time, a lot of focus. See right there? I think we're going to watch this. I'm not going to get back in. But what do you guys think is going to happen? Like, if you're watching this video, say, okay, what do I think this is going to happen? So we have a pull up, pull back, pull up, pull back. Now this is probably going to be a big heavy candle, and somewhere between, I think, because basically, let's look at this blue ball. Okay, so we have a point there, right? Kind of like a point there, point there, point there, point here. So blue, 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 blue. I think this is going to retrace to about right here ish. I think this may retrace here and continue up. That's very possible. But I think it's going to go somewhere below this line right here. Somewhere, eventually, I think this is going to get somewhere below this line, probably in this general area. All right. And then at this point, it's going to retrace back up to here. That's what I think is going to happen. That's what I did with this trade. Like, I want to show y'all because I make mistakes all the time. I mean, 4 out of 5 winners isn't bad. It's pretty good. I usually get 3 out of 5. But what I want to show you is, like, my mistake in this trade was when it came here, I played it long. I should have just put one $50 share position, right? And then if it broke down, I could have waited for a retracement point here, maybe put 50 shares. If it continued down to here, put another 50 shares, and I would have only been 150 shares committed, with probably only $10 to $15 equity committed, which is $5 less than my risk management, or 8 to 9. So I would have been able to still play it the same way. I just put a little bit more into a long position because of the setup. You have to know your risk, okay? But yeah, if you guys have any question, when you see TFES, this is the account I have with them. The total P&L for this today was 52. Not exactly what I would consider a great trading day. I did use small amounts. They told me just to use a bunch of small positions, and that's kind of what I did. I basically just scalped all day. I did use a lot of tickets, 38 tickets, which is like 15, 16, 17 orders. or like 8 orders to buy, 8 orders to sell, something like that. So if those are $1.50 each, that's like $1.50 each times 8. So probably got to take $10 to $14 for commissions off of that. So that would be my total profit that I would get a split commission, and I would keep 85% of that. So yeah, I didn't get any big breaks, but then again, I'm also just, my fund manager right now wants me to take a bunch of small positions. Just he wants to get a feel of what kind of trades I take, and then when he gives me the go ahead, I'll be taking larger positions. But again, that's what you have to do when you work with someone else's money. With my own money, I probably would have, if I was using my own capital for this account, I probably would have had a much better day. But with this other program, if I follow their rules and show them progress, I'll get a $600,000 funded account. So, and still get to keep 70% of the profits. So, play by the rules and yeah, see what happens. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. It's been a live trade. Yeah, the goal is to just keep growing this account. And you guys have a great day. If you have any questions, check the links in the description box. I don't edit these videos. I know it's probably annoys y'all. I mean, I edit them, but like, I don't cut out a lot of stuff. I just like the videos to go as they are. If y'all would like me to edit them more so that it doesn't waste your time. But a lot of stuff I'm looking at and showing y'all, I'm explaining as I go, and it's all connected. So, and if you have any questions, let me know. I'm Investment Coach Chris, and you guys have a great day. Peace.